Sparks flew as Eli Ward's portable plasma saw chewed through the Royal Shuttle's hull. The alien craft listed in the asteroid field's shadow, emergency beacons silent. Princess Sci-Fi Corps' suit telemetry blinked on his wrist display. 0 o'clock, 60 oxygen. 60 seconds, no one else moved. The alien Marines froze in formation, mandibles clicking in shock. Eli yanked the saw free. A ragged hole gaped, venting atmosphere in white plumes. He tossed the tool aside and plunged his gauntleted hands inside. The shattered bulkheads tore at his suit. There, Sci-Fi slumped in the pilot's crash cradle, her iridescent scales dulled, forearms limp. Purple foam bubbled from her lipless mouth. Poison. He gripped her secondary shoulders, dragged her through the breach. Her body weighed like wet sandbags, but Eli planted his boots and hauled. 1 pull. 2. She tumbled onto the debris-strewn rock outside. His suit seals hissed as he clamped her helmet to his emergency patch kit. Nanofiber webbing spidered across the cracks, sealing her suit airtight. 40 seconds. Eli ripped open his medpack. No time for scans. Human physiology didn't match Koran. Lungs in pairs, blood laced with silicates. But he'd modded this kit for their wars. He slammed a hypo into her neck gill. Broad-spectrum antitoxin flooded her system. Chelators for neurotoxins. Boosters for her redundant hearts. Her primary chest heaved once, failed. He forced her jaw wide. Manual airway. His fingers probed past fangs, inserted the tube, pumped the bellows. Oxygen surged. Her eyelids fluttered, golden slits cracking open. 20 seconds. Eli spun. 12 Koran Marines loomed. Plasma lances leveled. Their carapaces gleamed under the shuttle's dying lights, compound eyes whirring. High Marshal Vekran stepped forward. His crest flared in fury.
Human!
Stand down! This is royal! Stand down! Eli bellowed over the comms. His voice cut through their chatter like a knife. Clear a landing lane. Now. She's crashing. Vekran's mandibles snapped. You breach a Koran vessel without clearance. Protocol demands. Protocol gets her killed. Eli pointed at Savi's readout. 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 3 seconds. He scooped her up. Fireman's carry over both shoulders. Her weight pinned him, but he staggered forward. Move, or I plow through you. The Marines hesitated. Vekran's eyes locked on the princess's suit. The timer hit 0. Alarms wailed. He barked an order. Lances lowered. They fanned out, plasma cutters igniting to blast a path through the rubble. Eli's dropship roared and low thrusters scorching rock. He dumped Savi into the medbay and strapped her down. The ramp slammed shut. G-forces pinned him as they punched out of the field. Hours later, Eli paced the Royal Medwing on Core Prime. Sterile lights hummed overhead. Savi lay stabilized in a regen pod, her scales regaining sheen. He flexed his raw hands, ignoring the ache. Routine. Just another contract. The doors hissed. Queen Mareth Kaur swept in, flanked by High Marshal Vekran and Chancellor Ilion Sar. Mareth's crown of crystal spines pulsed with authority. Her 8 limbs moved in perfect sync, robes whispering. Vekran gripped his lance tighter. Ilion smiled, too smooth, eyes calculating. You. Mareth's voice resonated, a subsonic thrum that vibrated Eli's bones. Eli Ward. Contractor, you saved my air. Eli nodded once. Job's done. Bills on your desk. She circled the pod, primary hands tracing Savi's faceplate. Not done. Poison evaded our shields. Traitors lurk. Protocol binds me. Her gaze pinned him. You claim royal protection debt. From this moment, you serve as Savi's shield. No leaving. No contracts elsewhere. Eli's jaw tightened. I'm no bodyguard. I pull people out of wrecks. That's it, Vekran growled. Outsider. You overstep. Marines secure the air. Marines let her shuttle crash. Eli met his stare. I cut in. I fixed her. Ilion interjected. Voice silk. High Marshal. The humans. Ingenuity saved us embarrassment, but protocol evolves. Queen, grant me oversight? The court murmurs. A human in the palace risks unrest. Mareth's spines flared. No, he stays with Savi. Bind him to her wing. Vekran. Double palace guard. Chancellor. Route to poison's source. Eli crossed his arms. Forced proximity. Great. But he saw Savi stir in the pod. Her hand twitched toward him. Trust? Not yet. He just wouldn't abandon her. Savy awoke that night. Eli sat vigil, calibrating her pod's feeds. Her eyes opened fully, locking on him. You breathed for me. Standard procedure. He adjusted the IV. Rest. She gripped his wrist with 2 hands. Cool scales against synth leather. Humans, do not hesitate. Why? Eli pulled back gently. Even princesses. Her crest flushed violet. SciFi, not princess. Not here. Footsteps echoed. Vecran entered, lance humming. Shield. Report. All vitals green. Eli stood. She's talking. Vecran-eyed SciFi, then Eli. Court convenes dawn. Queen binds you formal. Watch flanks. Chancellor circles. Eli nodded. No choice. He followed Vecran out, senses sharp. Palace corridors twisted like veins, guards saluting. Whispers followed. Human? In the inner wing? Dawn court boiled. Crystal thrones gleamed under chandeliers of frozen plasma. Nobles packed the gallery, crests raised, mandibles gossiping. Mareth presided. Ilian stood at her side, datapad glowing. Princess SciFi lives. Mareth declared. Her shield, Li Ward, claims debt. Cheers mixed with hisses. Ilian bowed. Majesty, wisdom shines, yet the poison, traced to a shuttle mechanic. Executed. Case closed? Vecran stiffened. Too clean. Investigate pilots. Eli stood beside Savi's empty throne. Her in recovery still. He scanned faces. One noble's crest drooped oddly. Poison residue? Mareth waved Ilion silent. Shield ward enforces till proven. Ilion smiled wider. As you command. A feast tonight? Celebrate? Eli's comm buzzed private. Savi's voice. Eli. Pod alarm. Pain. He bolted. Nobles parted. Vecran followed. Lance up. They burst into the medwing. Seovi convulsed. Foam at gills. Second dose. Eli dove. Ripped the pod open. Scanned. Residual toxin. Airborne. Vent sabotage. Seal the room, he roared. Vecran hit the lockdown. Guards piled in. Ellie pumped chelators direct to her hearts. Her eyes met his. Fear. Then steel. She clutched his arm. Lived. Ilian arrived last, feigning shock. Assassins? In the palace? Eli glared. Someone wants her gone. Mareth stormed in. Shield. You stay closer. Her chambers. Now. Vecran nodded grudging respect. Human acts. We watch. SciFi whispered as medics swarmed. Trust. You. Eli sealed her fresh suit. Proximity just got real. But eyes watched. Chancellor's smile lingered too long. The real fight started now. A shadow moved in the vent above. Eli's hand snapped to his concealed pistol. Click, not empty. Eli slammed his boot against the medbay doorframe. SciFi's limp weight pressed against his chest. Her gill flaps fluttering weakly under the emergency seal he'd slapped on her neck. Poison foam bubbled at the edges. He blocked the doorway with his body, pistol drawn low. Guards surged forward. 4 of them, lances humming. Back off, Eli barked. She's not stable. No one touches her till I say. High Marshal Vecran pushed through, his armored crest flaring. Human. Stand down. Royal protocol. Protocol gets her killed. Eli shifted Savi higher, her clawed hand twitching against his shoulder. Second dose, airborne. Vents are compromised. Seal this wing now. Vecran's eyes narrowed, scanning the foam. He signaled. Bulkheads hissed shut. Guards formed a perimeter. Eli strode inside, med scanner beeping red in his free hand. He dumped Savi onto the central pod, ripping open her suit. 2 hearts flickered faint on the readout. 1 stuttering. Medics swarmed. Eli shoved the nearest aside. Chelator's stat. Type 7 neurotox. Human dose. Double it for her mass. The lead medic hesitated, gills quivering. Outsider orders. Do it. Vecran snapped. He saved her twice. Results speak. Syringes plunged. Savi arched, eyes snapping open. Golden slits locked on Eli. Her fingers dug into his wrist. Pain, trust. He held steady. Alarms blared. Footsteps thundered outside. The doors parted. Queen Mareth Kor swept in, robes swirling like storm clouds. Chancellor Ilian Sar trailed, smile polished as obsidian. Nobles crowded the viewport, crests erect with whispers. Marith halted at the pod. Her gaze pinned Eli. No warmth. No thanks. Shield ward. You bear my heir. Debt law invokes. By ancient right, I claim you as royal asset. Protected. Bound. No departure without release. Eli wiped Savi's foam from his hands. Asset? He glanced at Vecran. The marshal's jaw tightened, respect with cagey watchfulness. Ilian's smile widened a fraction. Claim accepted, Eli said flat. No time for politics. But she needs a full tox screen. Lab access. Now. Marith's crest didn't twitch. Granted. Vecran, escort. Ilian stepped forward. Hands spread. Majesty, the feast. Delayed. Marith cut him off. Her eyes bored into Eli. Prove your claim, human. Keep her breathing. Eli nodded once. He drew a blood sample. Quick jab to Savi's secondary vein. She hissed soft, but gripped his arm tighter. Trust you. Her whisper echoed from earlier. Vecran gripped Eli's shoulder. This way. Lab secured. They moved fast. Corridors gleamed crystal-veined, guards flanking. Savi stabilized on a hover gurney between them, medics trailing. Eli's scanner pinged. Toxin matched the first hit. Rare, engineered, not accident. Lab doors irised open. Hollow consoles hummed. Eli slotted the vial. Field analyzer whirred, projecting a toxin helix. Twisted, alien-coded. Neuroblocker, Ellie muttered. Binds to gill proteins. Human lungs shrug it. Your biology drowns. He tapped overrides, cross-referencing databases. Match hit, black market synth, traced to fringe worlds. No palace source. Yet, Vecran leaned in, scanning the readout. Off-world. Smugglers, or insiders with contacts. Eli isolated a marker, Rizu on the delivery drone. Someone spiked it post-factory. Sci-Fi stirred. Eli, closer, he knelt. Her hand found his, cool scales warmed under his palm. Rest, got it handled. Vecran straightened, impressive. Humans, adapt. Grudging nod, Queen's orders, to quarters, hers. Locked, till clear. Eli pocketed the data chip. Fine, but I need my kit. Delivered. They exited, palace shifted, whispers chased them. Ilian's eyes tracked from a side arch. Smile lingering. Royal quarters loomed. Vaulted chambers, silken webs draping crystal thrones. Sci-Fi's bed pod dominated, now flanked by guard posts. Vecran waved techs inside. They dumped Eli's rescue pack. Meds, scanners, sidearm clips. Stay vigilant. Vecran said. Intruders probed vents. My lancers hold the doors. He sealed the outer lock. Thud. Guards planted outside. Eli turned. Sci-Fi watched from the pod, propped up. Fresh suit hugged her lithe frame. Gills cycling clean air. You carry me like Kittling. Routine.
He checked her IV. Heart steady.
No one left behind. She tilted her head. Crest flushing violet. Debt law binds you. Mother claims assets tight. Escape hard. Not escaping. Eli rigged a perimeter scanner. Motion, air, bio. Then shadow earlier, chip glowed. Anomaly logged. Staying till you're safe. Her claws traced his arm. Light. Testing. Humans, protect without throne, without gain. Gains you breathing. He met her gaze. Gold softened. Proximity hummed. Forced. Electric. Door chimed. Medics entered under Vecran's override. Status? Stable, Eli said, but watch the air. Filters swapped? Done. Lead medic bowed to Savi. Air rests. They filed out. Lock thudded again. Sci-Fi shifted closer. Court stirs. Ilion pushes feast. Probes weakness. Eli synced his comm to palace feeds. Hollow flickered. Throne room buzzed. Ilion addressed nobles. Human hero or opportunist? Debt law tests loyalty. Murmurs rippled. Marith silent on dais. Power play, Eli growled. He wants you sidelined. Sci-Fi's hand tightened. Poisoner, too. Ilion smiles through plots. Footsteps outside. Vecran's voice. Chancellor denied. Queen's ward intact. Ilion, Protocol demands witness. Hero's isolation breeds doubt. Obey. Silence. Eli scanned vents. Clear, but shadow memory itched. He palmed his pistol, checked clip. Full. Savvy leaned in, breath ghosted his neck. Warm, spiced. You fight for me. Why? Eli capped the scanner. Someone tries to kill you, I stop it. Simple. Her crest brushed his shoulder. Not simple. Core repaid deep. Fingers lingered, a kilt. Trust sharpened. Knife edge in silk. Alarms pinged soft. Bioscan. Trace toxin in outer hall. Fresh. Eli bolted up. Someone's close. Sevi tensed. Guards. He hit the comm. Vecran. Contem breach. Hallway. Boots pounded. Door unsealed. Vecran burst in. Lance glowing. Source? Eli pointed scanner. Air sample. Same toxin. Delivery system active. The Karin sniffed. Gills flared. Incense drone. Ritual gift. Ilian's feast ploy. Eli grabbed his pack. Where's it from? Approved by Chancellor. Vecran's crest hardened. Intercept. They moved as unit. Seovi gripped Ellie's arm, weak but steel. Eli blocked her path instinctively. Protective shadow. Hallway. Drone hovered. Incense trailing haze. Guards speared at midair. Shards clattered. Eli scanned wreckage. Marker glowed. Ilion's seal. Faint. But there. The Kron growled. Treason trail. Marith's voice boomed over comms. All to throne. Now. Shield ward leads. Corda waited. Ilion's smile would crack. But as they strode, Seovi whispered, Closer, Eli. They watch. He nodded. Arm around her waist. Support. Shield. Eyes everywhere. Trust. The blade he wielded, Eli yanked the medbay panel open. Sparks danced from severed cord locks. His multi-tool hummed, bridging wires. Monitors flickered alive. Raw data. No delays. Princess Seovi convulsed on the slab. Her crest thrashed. Gills heaved, toxin foam bubbling at her lips. Attendants froze at protocol distance, 10 paces out. Robes rustled. No one moved. Clear, Eli barked. He shoved past. Kit slamming bedside. Vitals screamed. Neuro collapse imminent. Attendant hissed. Human. Ceremonial distance. Protocol. Eli jabbed a hypo into Seovi's neck. Anticonvulsant flooded. Protocol kills her. He pinned her shoulders, steadying the spasms. Her scales scraped his palms. Hot. Fevered. Seizure hit peak. Seovi arched, claws raking air. Eli braced, whispering counts. Easy. Ride it out. His free hand sealed a breather mask. Oxygen hissed pure. Attendants clustered at the edge. Whispers spiked. Outsider touches air. Sacrilege. Eli ignored. He scanned her gills, toxin-binding proteins, alien chem but patterns matched Earth nerve agents. He mixed counterbind from kit basics, chelator salts, jury-rigged booster. Another wave bucked her. Eli wrote it down, weight firm. Sweat stung his eyes. Her pulse thundered under his fingers. Door seals popped. High Marshal Vecran stormed in, lance humming, crest rigid. Ward, report. Poisoned, neurotox. Bypassed your delays. Eli nodded at monitors. She stabilizing. Need blood filter online. Vecran's gills flared, scanning readouts. Court filters mandate review. You, rewired? Fixed. Eli hooked the filter to Seovi's arm port. Machine word. Pulling tainted blue blood. Vecran grunted. Stepped closer. No protest. Results? Watch. Eli pointed. Tox levels dropped. Seovi's convulsions eased to tremors. Attendants gaped. One murmured, human hands. Steady. Seovi's eyes cracked open. Gold slits locked on Eli. Her claw gripped his wrist, vice tight, trembling. You, stay. Protocol attendant bowed low. Highness, distance required. He is contractor, not kin. Seovi's voice rasped, steel-edged. Obey him, all instructions. My word binds. Attendant crests drooped. As commanded. Eli nodded once. No smile. Routine. He adjusted the drip. Rest. Toxins flushing. Her grip lingered. Thumb traced his pulse. Warmth spread. Spiced scent from her scales. Trust sealed in that hold. Comms crackled. Chancellor Ilion Sar's voice polished venom. Emergency motion filed. Human outsider violates palace sanctity. Remove ward immediately. Security breach precedent. Vecrin snarled. Denied. Princess commands. Ilion's tone iced. Queen decides. Throne assembly now. Eli capped his scanner. Sayevy tensed beside him, her fingers squeezed. They move. Doors unsealed again. Queen Mareth Kor swept in. Towering robes swirling void black. Crest arched high, jewels glinting. Eyes pierced Eli like lances. Report. Her voice boomed, echoing off sterile walls. Eli stood straight, no bow, poisoned via air. Neurobind. I bypassed delays, stabilized. She's clear. Mareth's gaze flicked to monitors, then Sayevy, hair nodded weak.
He saved me, mother.
Refused distance. Queen circled Eli. Scales whispered, Contractor Ward. Human, you touch royal blood. Kept her alive. Eli met her eyes. Practical. No brag. Attendants held breath. Ilion's proxy hovered at door, datapad glowing with motion text. Mareth halted, claw extended. Touched Ellie's shoulder. Binding gesture. Debt incurred. Royal protection invoked. You serve as shield ward. Protocol bends. Proxy choked. Majesty. Motion. Denied. Mareth's crest flared. He stays, at her side. Vikron saluted. I enforce. Eli exhaled. Arm brushed Sayevy's. Her breath ghosted his neck, warm, spiced. You fight for me. Why? He capped the scanner. Someone tries to kill you. I stop it. Simple. Her crest brushed his shoulder. Not simple. Core repaid deep. Fingers lingered. Heat built. Trust sharpened. Knife edge in silk. Alarms pinged soft. Bioscan. Trace toxin in outer hall. Fresh. Eli bolted up. Someone's close. Sayevy tensed. Guards. He hit the comm. Vekran. Contam breach. Hallway. Boots pounded. Door unsealed. Vekran burst in. Lance glowing. Source? Eli pointed scanner. Air sample. Ooh. Same toxin. Delivery system active. Vekran sniffed. Gills flared. Incense drone. Ritual gift. Eli grabbed his pack. Where's it from? Approved by Chancellor. Vekran's crest hardened. Intercept. They moved as unit. Sayevy gripped Eli's arm. Weak, but steel. Eli blocked her path instinctively. Protective shadow. Hallway. Drone hovered. Incense trailing haze. Guards speared it midair. Shards clattered. Eli scanned wreckage. Marker glowed. Ilion's seal. Faint, but there. Vekran growled. Treason trail. Mareth's voice boomed over comms. All to throne. Now. Shield ward leads. Court awaited. Ilion's smile would crack. But protocol attendant blocked the archway. Shield ward. Step back. Ceremonial distance resumes. Sayevy's claw dug in. Don't. Eli stayed. Arm around her waist. Support. Shield. Eyes everywhere. Trust. The blade he wielded. Throne doors ground open. Mareth strode first. Vekran flanking. Eli supported Sayevy. Their steps synced. Court gasped. Hundreds of crests rippling. Whispers crashed like waves. Chancellor Ilion rose from dais edge. Smile perfect. Eyes slits. Majesty. The motion stands. Human proximity endangers. Silence. Mareth claimed throne. Shield ward exposed your drone. Seal matches. Ilion paled under scales. Fabrication. Ritual incense. Approved. Eli held scanner high. Data projected. Undeniable. Gasps echoed. Sayevy leaned into him. Voice carried. He saved me. Stays. Vekran positioned at Eli's back. Chain of command clear. Courtiers shifted. Alliances cracked. Ilion's allies murmured. Claws twitching. Mareth leaned forward. Chancellor. Explain. Ilion bowed deep. Mislabel. Saboteur within staff. Eli felt Sayevy's heat. Her whisper. Watch flanks. He scanned crowd subtle. Two aides edged closer. Gills flared nervous. Vekran noticed. Lance hummed low. Mareth's eyes locked Ilion. Proof by dawn. Or exile. Court erupted. Shouts. crests clashing. Eli pulled SciFi tighter. Poison might be air, but knives waited. One aide lunged, dagger glinting. Eli twisted, slamming elbow into throat. Attendant crumpled. Vecran speared the second mid-leap. Silence fell. Ilion's face cracked. Marith rose. Treason confirmed. Seized Chancellor. Guards swarmed. Ilion snarled, datapad shattering under boot. Savi's grip tightened. You see them coming. Eli nodded. Always. Marith turned to him. Shield ward, your watch expands. Dynasty binds you now. He met her gaze. Simple. Won't abandon. Her crest dipped. Approval. Cord eyes burned. Envy, fear, calculation. Savi's fingers laced his. Heat promised more. Trust forged in fire, but shadows lingered. Ilion's fall opened voids. Who filled them? Alarms pinged distant. New breach. Eli dashed down the corridor, Vikran's heavy boots thundering beside him. Alarms shrieked overhead, red lights pulsing like open wounds. Kitchens first, Eli said. Poison trail starts there. Vikran's lance hummed in his grip. Lockdown imminent. Move. Guards parted at Vecron's crest flare. Eli palmed the swab kit deeper into his pocket. Contraband past the outer scans. No time for protocols. Ivy's life hung on residue traces. They burst into the kitchens. Steam blasted from vats. Cooks froze, gills fluttering, pots clattered to the floor. Vecran barked, "Clear the line!" Human inspector leads. Eli zeroed on the service station. Savi's cup sat isolated, sealed by his earlier seal. He snapped on gloves, swabbed the rim. The kit beeped. Nanites analyzing. Got it. Neurotoxin base. Matches nothing ritual. A cook edged forward, claws twitching. Incense residue. Sacred. Eli ignored him. He jacked the kit into the kitchen terminal. Storage logs scrolled, cross-referencing. His finger stabbed the screen. Match hit. There. Restricted reagent. Vortex. 7. Locked vault. Not for food prep. Bakran loomed over the terminal. Quartermaster's domain. He signs all. Eli yanked the swab results. Printout crisp. Logs show requisition yesterday. Signed digital. We're paying him a visit. They shoved through the kitchens. Cooks scattered like vapor. Vecran sealed the doors behind them. Ilion's aides vanished in the breach alarm. Watch vents. Eli nodded. Palace air tasted metallic. Fierce sweat from 1,000 gills. He refused to blink. Routine. Track the source. Neutralize. Vault corridor gleamed sterile. Quartermaster Trell waited, flanked by 2 loaders. His crest lay flat. Guilty. High Marshal. This human. Results. Eli thrust the printout. Vortex. 7 pulled for maintenance. Ended up in the princess's cup. Who signed? Trell's eyes darted. Routine. No names on digitals. Auto-approve. Eli stepped closer. Human inches invaded alien space. Trell flinched. Pull the chain. Now. Vecran's lance tip grazed Trell's shoulder plate. Obey, or I carve the truth. Trell's claws tapped the vault console. Screen flickered. Signature resolved. Proxy code. Chancellor Ilion Sar's seal. Emergent need. A message direct. Eli's jaw tightened. Timestamp. Precourt. Hour before serving. Vecran growled. Treason chain. Seize him. Trell lunged for the alarm. Eli clotheslined him mid-stride. Quartermaster slammed into crates, groaning. Loaders charged. Eli sidestepped, drove knee into one's mid-gills. Alien wheezed, dropped. The Kron impaled the second's weapon arm. Clean disable. Eli zip-tied Trell's wrists. Message logs. Pull them. Trell spat. Encrypted. Chancellor only. Kit hacked in. Eli watched the decrypt spin. Got it. Special preparation for Air's Cup. Blend with incense. No traces. Ilion? Vecran hauled Trell up. Proof binds you. Confess full. Doors hissed. Palace guards flooded the corridor. 10 strong lances raised. Lockdown. Intruders in vault sector. Eli spun. Vecran raised his lance. Stand down. High Marshal commands. Lead guard's crest spiked. Chancellor override. Human suspect. Surrender. Eli's hand hovered near his utility belt. No weapons cleared palace entry. Ilion's pulling strings from custody? Vecran bellowed. Dynasty Protocol. Queen Mareth rules. Guards advanced. Blaster hums filled the air. Eli backed to the vault door, eyes scanning flanks. Vents above. Too narrow. Crates for cover. The Kran, right side high ground. The Kran vaulted a crate, lance sweeping. First guard crumpled, lance sparking. Eli grabbed Trell as shield, shoved him forward. Talk! Ilion's bolt hole. Trell yelped as bolts singed his scales. Sublevels. Service tunnels. Guards fired. Eli dove, Trell tumbling with him. Blaster bolts scorched the floor. Vecran roared, spearing too. Eli rolled up, snatched a fallen lance. Human grip awkward, balance off for his frame. He adapted, thrust low. Third guard staggered. Flank left! Vecran shouted. Eli pivoted, 2 guards closed. He feinted high, cracked one's knee. Alien buckled. Second swung. Ellie parried, slammed butt into helm. Crack. Down. Sweat stung Eli's eyes. 6 left. Vecran bled from a graze but fought on. Push to tunnels! They retreated step by step. Eli dragged Trell. Ilion's endgame? Power vacuum. Trell gasped. Queen weakens. He claims regency. Alarms shifted pitch. Queen's override? No. Bulkheads slammed ahead. Guards poured from side vents. 20 now. Trapped. Eli scanned. Overhead grate. Maintenance. Vecran, boost. Vecran knelt. Eli scrambled up. Pride grate. Darkness above. Trell first. Your guide. Trell balked. Eli yanked him up. Vecran leaped last, lance scraping rungs. Guards blasted the grate. Sparks flew. Eli sealed it. Rig locking. Sublevels. Ilion's there? Trell nodded, shivering. With allies, armed. Vecran gripped his shoulder. Human leads. Your routine saves us. Eli dropped into the tunnel. Pipes hissed steam. Rats. Pale. Multi-legged. Skittered. Routine. No one left behind. They crawled. Distant shouts echoed. Ilion's voice boomed through vents. Seal all. Human dies. Proof burns. Eli's scanner pinged. Saivi's calm. Her voice faint. Eli. Mother holds court. Ilion's escaped custody. Protect the proof. He thumbed reply. On it. Stay with Queen. Heat built in the tunnels. Savi's presence lingered. Her grip from court. Fingers laced. Trust. He wouldn't fail it. Turn ahead. Voices sharpened. Ilion's polished tone. Quartermaster secured. The humans kit. Destroy it. Eli signaled halt. The Cran's eyes gleamed. Trell paled. Poison wasn't magic. Inventory. And Ilion signed for it. Eli drew the lance. Time to balance the ledger. They crept forward. Chamber lights spilled sub-level hub. Ilion stood central. Datapad and claws. 5 elites ringed him. Blades drawn. Trell's rig beeped. Tracker? Ilion whirled. There. Seize. Elites charged. Eli burst from shadow. Lance thrusting. First elite parried. Clang. Eli twisted. Human speed outpacing alien mass. Elbow to throat. Down. Vecran exploded right. Lance. Whirlwind. 2 elites fell. Ilion backed. Claws summoning guards. Kill the off-worlder! Eli dodged a blade swipe. Riposte. Grazed arm. Pain flared. Ignored. Routine. He swept low. Tripped the attacker. Stomped helm. Trell bolted for Ilion. Coward play. The Kron tackled him mid-stride. Eli closed on Chancellor. Signed for poison. Proofs copied. Queen knows. Ilion sneered. Dynasty fractures. You? Pawn. He flung a vial. Acid. Eli batted it. Splash-scarred wall. Ilion lunged, claws raking. Eli sidestepped, grabbed wrist. Twisted. Snap. Ilion howled. Vecran bound the elites. Chain complete. Eli pinned Ilion. Scanner beamed proof to Palace Net. Not pawn. Shield. Alarms reversed. Queen Mareth's voice boomed through the chamber. Bring the off-worlder to tribunal, now. Eli straightened as Vecran's elites shoved him forward. Chains clinked on his wrists. The sub-level hub faded behind. Ilion Sar writhed in bindings, dragged parallel. Proof beamed to the Palace Net, Queen knew. But protocol demanded spectacle. They marched up crystal ramps. Air hummed with tension. Palace guards flanked every arch. Vecran gripped Eli's shoulder. Chain holds. Speak truth. Eli nodded. Routine. Rescues ended clean. Grand Hall erupted in murmurs. Tiered benches packed with nobles. Hollow screens flickered court seals. Princess Savi lay on a central bier, scales dull, breath shallow. Poison clawed deeper. Med scanners beeped warnings. Queen Marith towered on the dais. Crown spines gleamed. Her gaze pinned Eli. Human Eli Ward. You breached royal quarantine, touched the air. Justify interference, or face voiding. Eli stepped forward. Chains rattled, crowd hissed. They ignored them, focused on Savi. Her chest rose faint, time ticked. Poisoned, Eli said, voice steady. Neurotoxin variant. I have antidote. Let me prove. Marith's claws tapped throne. Demonstrate. Fail, and Vecran executes. High Marshal Vecran unclipped Eli's chains, lanced a warning glare at SAR's allies in the front row. Chancellor Ilion sneered from his cage. Arms splinted. Eli knelt by Savi. Her eyes fluttered half open. Fingertips brushed his. Weak grip. Trust laced there. He wouldn't break it. Kit opened. Vial gleamed. Custom synth from his shuttle stocks. Human medtech. Tuned for xenobiochem. Needle-pierced scale. Slow push. Monitor beeped. Heart rate steadied. Savi gasped. Color bloomed on her frills. Eyes focused. Eli. Crowd gasped. Nobles leaned forward. Marith rose. Stabilized. Dat noted. But interference. Forged seal? Ellie cut in. Stood. Pointed at Ilion. Chancellor requisitioned the toxin. Sub-level inventory. I have logs. Murmurs swelled. Ilion's polish cracked. Lies. Off-worlder fabricates. Scan it. Eli held up datapad. Copied manifest glowed. SAR's seal stamped bold. Verify now. Palace authenticator. Marith's spines flared. Chancellor. Ilion paled. Routine supply. Human twists. Scan. Eli repeated. Tossed pad to Vecran. High Marshal caught it. Claws danced over controls. Authenticator drone hummed from dais ceiling. Beam swept the seal. SAR's allies shifted. Front row nobles. Blades half-drawn under robes. Vecran's voice hardened. Processing. Hall tensed. Savi pushed up on bier. Eli shielded her flank. Natural stance. Routine. Ilion lunged in his cage. Treachery. The human poisons loyalty. Allies rose. Steel whispered free. 5 blades glinted, charged to the dais. The Karn pivoted. Lance blocked first strike. Stand down. Eli moved, grabbed Savi's arm, pulled her behind bier. Human speed, faster twitch than their mass. Queen's guards clashed. Chaos bloomed. A blade nicked Eli's shoulder. Blood welled, ignored. Vecran roared. Spun into the fray. Lance felled one attacker. Shields to air. Eli scanned for openings. Ilion's cage rattled. Chancellor clawed bars. Eyes wild. Savi clutched Eli's sleeve. They move for mother. Drone beeped. Seal result flashed hollow-wide. Forged. Vecran bellowed. Chancellor SAR. Traitor seal. Gasps ripped the hall. Ilion's allies faltered. One dropped blade. Guards swarmed. Marith slammed scepter. Seize them. Vecran hauled Eli up. Shielded both him and Savi. Human proved. Chain binds us now. Eli pressed Savi back. Her breath warmed his neck. Proximity forced. Trust sealed. But Ilion's laugh cut sharp. Scan clears him. It fractures all. Coops bloom in truth. Queen's eyes narrowed. Tribunal hung. One deeper scan. Or Dynasty's edge. Eli gripped Lance Vecran tossed. Blades still danced in shadows. Proof half won. Fight real. Savi's hand found his. Steady. With you, he nodded. Routine escalated. Survive court. Keep her breathing. Guards dragged Ilion's allies down. Claws scraped stone. Marith descended dais. Claws extended to Eli. Protection oath. You shield air. Court binds you. Ellie met her gaze. No bow. Practical. Done. Vecran saluted. High Marshal. Endorses. Results command. Crowd parted. Whispers chased them. Savi leaned into Eli. Scales brushed skin. Warmth sparked. Forced close. Romance's edge. But Ilian's eyes burned from cage. Debts collect. Human pawn no more. Watch flanks. Eli scanned hall. Shadows hid knives. Tribunal 1. Intrigue just armed. They moved to inner sanctum. Queen led. Vecran flanked. Sciavy's steps strengthened. Antidote held. Door sealed. Mareth turned. Full logs. All requisitions. Purge traitors. Eli synced pad. Data flowed. Poison source traced. Off-world black market. SARS contacts. Sciavy's frills flushed. You risked all. Routine, Eli said. But her gaze lingered. Fingers, laced brief. Trust weaponized. The Cran grunted approval. Human endurance. We match mass. You. Speed, will. Mareth nodded. Dynasty O's. Stay. Protect. Eli glanced Savvy. Her smile tentative. Interspecies pull. Proximity forged it. Alarms pinged soft. Outer breach. Vecran stiffened. Residuals, Eli said. SARS net. Hackers probe. Queen's spines rose. Counter. Eli patched shuttle AI. Firewall slammed. Traces burned. Sciavi watched. Awe flickered. Your machine's intuitive. Tools, Eli replied. Handed her scanner. Learn. She took it. Claws gentle. Bond sparked. Night cycle dropped. Hall dimmed. Guards posted double. Eli stood vigil by Savi's chamber. Vakran opposite, silent pact. Footsteps echoed. Page approached. Queen summons, private council. Eli rose, lance ready. Trust tested anew. Council chamber glowed amber. Mareth paced. Holomaps swirled. Court alliances fracturing. SARS web, she said. Half-court tempted. Your scan ignited. Eli studied map. Red nodes pulsed. Isolate. Call verifications public. Vecran growled. Risky. Blades wait. Seiavi entered.
Steady now. Ellie's way.
Truth cuts deeper. Mareth eyed her air. Pride gleamed. Human influences. For good. Scivi pressed. Eli felt. Pull. Her presence steadied. Romance brewed in crisis. Door hissed. Guard reported. Prisoner requests audience. SAR. Mareth waved. Ilian wheeled in. Splint gleamed. Eyes sly. Truth partial, SAR said. Scan mine. Others lurk. Eli tensed. Trap? Prove? Mareth demanded. SAR smiled. Air's true poison, not me alone. Alliance. Deeper. Vecran drew blade. Lies. Eli held hand. Scan him full. Neural logs. SAR paled. No. Drone activated. Beam pierced. Memories spilled hollow. Faces flashed. Noble conspirators. Poison vial exchanged. Queen's shadow in frame. Forged. Gasps. Mareth recoiled. Hook sank. One scan cleared Eli. Ignited Ku's core. Eli stepped forward. We move her. Now. Secure lab ship in the outer ring. Off-route evac. Mareth halted her pace. Amber eyes locked on him, bold. SAR's allies swarmed the docks. Exactly. Eli tapped the holomap. Red nodes clustered at main bays. Maintenance tunnels bypassed them. Vecran squad escorts. Decoys draw fire. Vecran stiffened. Crest feathers ruffled. Human leads my warriors? You know the station grids. Eli met his gaze. I know, improv rescues. We combine. Sevi gripped Eli's arm. Her scales warmed under his sleeve. I trust him, Marshal. Queen nodded once. Sharp. Go. Ilian rots here. Fail. And protocol claims you both. Eli grabbed his scanner kit, slung lance over shoulder. Squad assembled in the antechamber. 6 core guards, blades sheathed, pulse rifles charged. Vecran barked orders, claws clicked on deck plates. Seiavi leaned on a hover stretcher. Antidote flushed her veins. Color returned to her azure skin. She caught Eli's eye. Smile flickered. Your way again, always. He adjusted her IV line. Steady hands. No promises spoken. They slipped into the service lift. Doors sealed with a hiss. Descent hummed. Eli pulled up tunnel schematics on his wristpad.
First junction, Loyalist checkpoint. We vent steam. Mask noise.
Vecran grunted approval. Steam blind sensors. Good. Lift dinged. They spilled into dim tunnels. Pipes groaned. Condensation slicked walls. LA took point. Lance swept shadows. Squad fanned out. Savi's stretcher hummed soft. Footsteps ahead. Echoed. LA signaled halt. Raised fist. Vecran crouched beside him. Thermal scan pinged. 4 heat sigs. Checkpoint. Eli whispered. Steam now. Guard twisted a valve. Hiss erupted. White fog billowed. Sensors whined overload. Eli dashed forward. Lance butt-stroked the first guard. Crack. Alien crumpled. Second swung blade. Eli sidestepped. Drove knee into gut. Third raised rifle. Vecran squad fired. Blue pulses lit fog. Bodies dropped. Clear. Eli waved them through. Heart steady. Routine breach. Sci-Fi watched from stretcher. Eyes wide. You move like water. Training. He helped push her forward. Her hand brushed his. Spark lingered. Tunnels twisted deeper. Alarms wailed distant. Red lights pulsed. They're on to us, Vacron growled. Eli patched into station comms. Spoofed signal. Decoy time. Launch drone fleet from Bay 3. His wristpad beeped confirm. Dummy signals bloomed on enemy scanners. 3 convoys outbound. They chased ghosts. Vecron's comm crackled. Main force diverted. But saboteurs inbound docking ring. Expected. Ellie accelerated. Pipes narrowed. Squad single-filed. Sweat beaded on his brow. Alien air thick, spiced. Sci-Fi whispered, Ellie, if we... Quiet. Save breath. He squeezed her claw. Firm. Her pulse raced under scales. Junction ahead. Grate to docking ring. Eli pried it open. Sparks flew. Beyond, lab ship loomed. White hull gleamed under emergency strobes. Med bays prepped. But shadows moved. Saboteurs in black vac suits. Welding torches cut airlock seals. Contact! Vecron roared. Squad poured fire. Pulses scorched bulkheads. Eli shoved stretcher to ship ramp. Get her inside. Sci-Fi gripped edge. Pulled herself up. You too. Saboteur turned. Grenade armed. Eli dove. Tackled him mid-toss. Grenade skittered. Explosion rocked tunnel. Debris rained. Vecron dragged Eli back. Seal it. Eli sprinted ramp. Thumbed hatch controls. Clangs echoed as locks engaged. Saboteurs pounded outside. Torches hissed orange. Ship lurched. Thrusters fired. Docking ring alarms screamed. Inside, medtech swarmed Sci-Fi. Scanners hummed. Eli slumped against bulkhead, breath ragged. Vecran clapped his shoulder. You fight like a core demon. Team effort. Eli wiped blood from lip. Watched Sci-Fi. She smiled weak. Thumbs up. Calm. Buzzed. Queen's voice.
Ship clear? Sar confessed more.
Deeper rot. Affirm, Eli replied. But they're chasing decoys. We bought time. Not enough. Marith's tone iced. Court fractures. Ilian's allies strike Palace now. Return with air, or forfeit claim. Vecran's crest flared. She binds you? Protocol. Eli echoed. No regret. Savi's eyes met his. Trust sealed. Ship jumped to lightspeed. Stars streaked. Eli checked Savi's vitals. Stable. Her claw found his hand, held tight. Romance kindled in the hum of engines, but scanners pinged, trailing signatures. Saboteurs matched course. War followed. Eli plotted evasion. Tapped Vecran. New plan. Asteroid field ahead. Lose them there. Marshall nodded. Respect gleamed. Lead on, human. Sci-Fi murmured. My protector. He squeezed back. Silent vow. Saving her ignited this storm. Now, survive it. Docking ring breach escalated. Explosions rocked the station behind. Queen's forces clashed with loyalists. Hollow feeds flickered on ship screens. Palace under siege. Ilian's web unraveled, but threads lashed wild. Eli studied pursuit signatures. 3 stealth craft. Armed. They packed heat. Vecran armed railguns. We match. No. Eli rerouted power. Shields doubled. Evasive only. Get her to neutral med station first. Sci-Fi stirred. Mother's claim, you're royal guard now. Ally grunted. Contractor. But yeah. Her laugh soft. Claws traced his palm. Bond deepened. Forced proximity forged steel. Asteroids loomed. Ship wove rocks. Pursuers followed. Eli fired chaff. Decoys again. One enemy veered. Collided. Bloom of fire. Two left. They closed. Missiles locked. Vecran fired countermeasures. Blasts lit void. Eli pushed engines. Ull groaned. Hang on. Sci-Fi gripped his seat. Eyes fierce. Together. Missile grazed. Ship shuddered. Alarms blared. Vecran patched hull. Holding. Eli vector thrusted. Slingshot around boulder. Pursuers overshot. Railgun barrage shredded second. Last one broke off. Pled. Clear. Medstation beacon pulsed. Ship docked smooth. Techs boarded. Full scan on Sci-Fi. Queen's face hollow it in. Air stabilizes. Good, but court bleeds. Tsar named you savior. And threat. Factions demand your head. Eli crossed arms. Send coordinates. I'll end it. Marith's gaze pierced. You serve now, or die free. Choice hung. Sci-Fi touched screen. He serves. Eli nodded. For her. Hollow died. Vecran smirked. Human stubborn. Like us. Eli checked gear. Lance charged. Trust sharpened blade. Power struggle peaked. He stepped into fire. Palace loomed. On approach vector. Defenses lit. Intrigue waited. One wrong step. Dynasty falls. Sci-Fi rose. Walked unaided. Leaned on Eli. Ready? Born for it. He kissed her brow. Scales cool. Heart raced. Doors cycled. War welcomed them home. But shadows stirred in the hold. Saboteur hid. Blade gleamed. Eli spun. Too late? No. Vecran's shot dropped him. Clear. Trust held. For now. Queen's throne room boiled. Nobles shouted. Blades half-drawn. Ilion's faction clustered. Eyes on Eli. Marith raised claw. Silence fell. Human proved loyalty. Queen Marith's voice cut the air like a vibroblade. Her golden scales gleamed under throne lights. Eyes locked on Eli. Mid-flight. Under fire. Eli kept his stance wide. One arm steady around Sci-Fi's waist. She leaned into him, breath shallow but eyes sharp. Nobles shifted. Ilion Tsar's faction, 10 polished lords in crimson robes, clustered near a side pillar. Their gazes drilled into Eli. Blades stayed half-sheathed. High Marshal Vecran flanked the throne. His armored fist rested on his pistol. He nodded once at Eli. Respect flickered in his slit-piled eyes. Tsar stepped forward. Silk robes whispered, Majesty. This outsider breached protocol. He touched the air without clearance. Poison lingers. What if he carries it? Sci-Fi straightened. Eli felt her scales warm against his side. Lies, Chancellor. Her voice rasped but carried. Your venom touched me first. Gasps rippled. Sarah's face paled under blue facial ridges. Heir apparent, you delude. Arrest them. Sci-Fi pointed. Her claw trembled but held steady. Sar's faction poisoned the dynasty line. Vecran. Now. Vecran barked orders. Guards surged. Blades locked. Sar's allies drew steel. Chaos boiled. Eli shoved Sci-Fi behind him. Lance pistol cleared leather in one fluid draw. Stay back. He fired warning shots into the floor. Tiles shattered. Nobles froze. Vecran's squad pinned Sar face down. Cuffs snapped. The Chancellor snarled. This human twists you, princess. Take them to the cells. Marith rose from her throne. Her shadow swallowed the dais. Trial at dawn. Guards dragged the faction out. Shouts echoed down halls. Silence crashed back. Eli holstered his weapon. Sci-Fi sagged against him. Her hand clutched his shirt. Eli, the poison. It's not gone. He caught her as knees buckled. Med Bay. Now, no argument. He scooped her up. Stride ate the distance to the palace lift. Vecran cleared the path. Human carries her like prey. Bold. She's no prey. Eli's voice stayed level. Lift doors hissed shut. Med Bay hummed. Techs scattered at their entry. Sci-Fi hit the central table. Scans whirred. Eli ignored them. He yanked his kit from his belt. Salvaged from the ship. Vials clinked. Partial antidote held her en route. Attack hovered, but core failure cascades. Heart analog at 23%. Lungs, move. Eli shouldered past. He prepped injectors. Human synth kit. Compact chem printer. Jury rigged for alien biochem. Scans fed data straight in. Printer hummed. Base compounds fused. Savvy gripped his wrist. Scales fever hot. You? Again? Routine. He loaded the full dose. Needle pierced neck vein. Fluid surged. Monitors beeped faster. Heart lines spiked. Stabilized. Techs stared. Synthesis time. 2 minutes? Our labs take hours. Eli wiped sweat. Practice. He monitored vitals. Lungs cleared. Organ shadows faded on holoscans. Savi's eyes fluttered open. Clear now. She sat up, pulled him close. Lips brushed his jaw. My savior. Doors slammed open. Marith swept in. Vecran at her heels. Queen's gaze swept monitors. Then, Eli, you bind her to you. Again, Eli met her stare. Saved her. That's the job. Marith's claws flexed. She produced a slim collar from her robes. Silver, etched with core dynasty runes. It pulsed with neural links. Royal protection demands binding. Wear this. Oath collar. You serve the heir. Or leave. Exposed. Nobles murmured outside the door. Court watched via holofeeds. Eli eyed the collar. Neural slave tech. Humans ditched that centuries back. He crossed arms. No. Sevi tensed. Marith's ridges flared. Insolence? Offer stands. Eli stepped forward, took Saivi's hand, lifted it high. Her claws laced his fingers. Public. Cameras caught it, but rewrite it. Voluntary oath. I protect her. She trusts me. No chains. Gasps echoed from hall hollows. Vecran grunted. Human rewrites protocol. Marith's eyes narrowed. Calculated. Dynasty hung on this. SARS poison proved traitors lurked. Eli's skills, undeniable. Terms. I stay at her side. Full access. Vecran commands security. We root out the rest. Eli squeezed Savi's hand. Bonds mutual. She calls. I answer. Public vow. Savi nodded. Voice strong now. Mother, accept. Queen paused. Claws retracted. She tossed the collar aside. It clattered. Oath then. Speak it. Eli faced the hollows. Nobles leaned in. I, Eli Ward, swear to guard Princess Saivi Kaur with skill, steel, and life until she releases me. Saivi rose, pressed her palm to his chest. Heartbeat synced under scales. I accept Eli Ward as my shield. Trust given. Dynasty bound. Cheers erupted. Hollis lit with approvals. Factions shifted allegiance. Marith smiled. Sharp bond. Vecran clapped Eli's shoulder. Stubborn oath. Effective. But Ilyan Sar's glare burned from a side hollow before guards cut feed. One down. More shadows. Eli pulled Saivi close. Her body heat chased the chill. Rest now. She traced his jaw. With you. Med bay cleared. They claimed a side chamber. Doors locked. And Saivi peeled off her tunic. Scales shimmered, violet over cream. Poison scars faded to lines. She tugged his shirt. Show me human strength. Eli obliged. Muscles coiled from years of wreck dives. 0J pulls. Her claws explored. Gentle. Curious. He lifted her to the bunk. Lips met. Her mouth parted. Fanged but soft. Tongues danced. He built. Forced close. She murmured. Against his neck. I choose it. Hands roamed. His calluses met her silk scales. She arched, gasped as fingers found sensitive ridges. There. He pinned her wrists light. Thrust, slow. Her legs locked around him. Rhythm synced. Palace faded. Climax hit. She cried out. Name sharp. Eli followed. Collapsed together. Sweat mingled. Dawn neared. Trial loomed. Vecran's calm buzzed. Eli grabbed it. Marshal? Cells breached. SAR escaped. Faction remnants rally in lower spires. They strike for the air. Eli dressed fast. Savi beside him. Blade and claw. Together. Marith's voice patched in. Bond tests now. Human. Lead.
Eli checked lance charge. Full.
On it. They charged corridors. Alarms wailed. Blaster fire echoed. Trust sharpened. Blades waited. Lower spires crawled with shadows. SARS loyalists, 20 strong, armed with plasma lances. They barricaded a lift shaft. Goal, assassinate upward. Eli signaled Vikran's squad. Flank left. He took center with Sayavi. Stay low, she smirked. Shield me? Always. He rolled a stun grenade. Boom. Days rippled. They surged. Eli's pistol barked. 2 down. Savi's blade flashed, precise cuts, non-lethal. Royal mercy. Vekran crushed a flank. Push! Sar burst from cover. Chancellor wild-eyed. Traitors all! Eli tackled him mid-charge. Fists flew. Sar's claws raked. Eli head-butted, bone crunched. Cuffed him. Savi stood.